Welcome to the Horror Movie Showdown, episode 99. In the year 1991, a book stirred up tons of controversy and was deemed unfilmable.
I was very frightened by it because I think it sends a very dangerous message to people who read it.
When the Los Angeles Times shared their positive review, they were met by a surge in cancelled subscriptions. In Germany, the book was deemed harmful to minors, and in Australia, the book could only be sold if wrapped in plastic. The book is, of course, American Psycho. Now, years later, both the book and its movie adaptation have earned classic status. Film has seamlessly blended into the mainstream and become a source of countless memes. It is time for you to go grab an Evian mineral water, to whip up a salad and settle into your black leather couch as we unravel the layers of American Psycho together. Right from the first scene of the movie, it is evident that we are in for a dark satire that will be messing with people's preconceptions. When the movie was initially released, everyone were expecting to be outraged and offended by its graphic nature, but instead all they got was some fancy sauce. It turns out that we are situated at an upscale restaurant surrounded by elaborate dishes.
This evening I have swordfish meatloaf with onion marmalade.
Wait, what dish did the waiter just present?
I have swordfish meatloaf with onion marmalade.
A swordfish meatloaf with mushroom marmalade? Now that sounds interesting. This is our first taste of how the movie portrays style as being more significant than substance. Anyways, at the restaurant we're introduced to a group of yuppies who are gossiping about chicks, cocaine and casual racism. But there's one voice of reason in the group, and that is our main character, the classy, charming and eloquent Patrick Bateman. He's instantly captivating. He's everything we strive to become. He's rich, good looking, has self-discipline, a beautiful and tasteful home, and he keeps his body fit and his skin hydrated. But is that all there is to living a meaningful life? Well, obviously not. You also have to wear stylish attires and have a successful career. And Patrick, of course, has all of this. But it still seems that there is no real substance to his job or to his life. And that the only things that really matter to him are wearing the right outfits and going to fancy restaurants and bars. Not even his fiancée matters to him.
Patrick, we should do it.
Do what?
Get married, have a wedding.
No, I can't take the time off work.
It is also during this scene that we learn why Patrick spent so much time on his outer appearance.
I want to fit in.
When Patrick goes out with his friends, everyone only cares about saying the right things and having the right opinions to fit in. This is also where we run into my favorite scene of the entire movie, Patrick's monologue.
We have to provide food and shelter for the homeless and oppose racial discrimination.
He has all the right opinions, insights and concerns, but in actuality, he just does not care. It is like those TikTokers pretending to pick up garbage at the beach just to leave it behind when the filming is done. So far, Patrick has seemed relatively relatable and like a charming guy, but we also slowly start seeing glimpses of the real Patrick Bateman. Seems like he has a porn addiction, he's unfaithful, he uses drugs, and worst of all, he doesn't have high enough status to get reservations at Dorsia, the finest restaurant in town.
I know it's a little late, but is it possible to reserve a table for 2 at 8 or 8:30 perhaps?
After a night of hedonism, Patrick is back to composing himself at work. Work mostly seems like a competition in having the best taste rather than getting actual work done. I think that many people can relate to this work situation. All of Patrick's colleagues are rich, they dress the same, they have the same haircuts and glasses, so it is the smallest details that become important for them to stand out.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
In Patrick's pursuit to becoming accepted by his peers, his entire existence is numbed, and it is only through increasingly extreme hedonistic activities that he can feel anything. Soon he takes down his first victim, a homeless man, and after that it's Paul Allen's turn. Paul Allen is like this perfect guy who has it all together. He has the most beautiful business card, and he can also get Friday night reservations at Dorsey's. So of course he has to be killed.
Hey, Paul!
This scene is just so iconic, with Patrick listening to this song about self-control while he completely loses it. As he goes on to dispose of the body, one of his friends sees him, and he doesn't even notice the dead body, but he only cares about the fashionable overnight bag.
Where did you get that overnight bag?
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
People are so superficial and egocentric. This oversight is actually related to the psychological phenomenon called the spotlight effect. Researchers have again and again shown that while people believe their strange behaviors will be noticed by others, in reality everyone else is just too busy evaluating themselves. With more and more dead people piling up, Detective Kimball shows up in Patrick's office as he is trying to locate the missing Paul Allen. And it is pretty hilarious to see Patrick trying to lie his way out of the situation.
I guess I was probably returning videotapes.
Right.
From here on, Patrick's sadistic and hedonistic endeavors escalate. He picks up prostitutes in Paul Allen's name and makes video material. He just gets more and more out of control, and along the way he takes down a few more victims. And as his homicidal urges become more and more insatiable, he even invites his secretary to his place for a good time, despite the high risk of getting caught.
What's that?
Duct tape. I need it for, taping something.
But at this time, Patrick has stopped caring, and the only thing that matters to him anymore is satisfying his urges. This leads us to a series of increasingly extreme situations, like when he brings out his chainsaw. It all escalates with him going on a rampage downtown with exploding cars and everything. He even ends up confessing everything to his lawyer.
Just had to kill a lot of people!
But as people only care about themselves, not even Patrick's lawyer seems to care. In fact, his lawyer doesn't even know who Patrick is. So Patrick's confession has meant nothing. People simply just don't care. But I care, as you will see on the scoreboard. The movie has 9 kills, but in general, the gore is surprisingly limited, especially compared to the book. But it does make sense that the filmmakers chose to turn the movie into a dark satire rather than a splatter film, given the whole controversy. The movie has plenty of graphic nudity and sex scenes, so it gets a nudity score of 9, topping the list. While the movie does have its share of tense moments, they're usually downplayed with a lot of humor, resulting in the movie just receiving a scariness score of 4. Overall, the movie is a brilliant social satire of our materialistic culture, where the facade matters more than what is inside. On top of that, the movie is stylish and amazingly acted. It is impossible to give this movie anything less than a 10 out of 10.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
A fun fact about the movie is that the character Patrick Bateman was actually based on Tom Cruise. And though Christian Bale hasn't specifically mentioned that it was based on Tom Cruise in the movie Eyes Wide Shut, I'm pretty sure that has to be the movie. Just look at these scenes. That's all for this video, so thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.